Hi, I'm Kat. Thanks for joining us today. Amanda's back again. So here, I'm going to do a lapel choke from turtle position. So she's defending. Have my lapel out. She's gonna think probably I'm gonna go for a collar that I want, which I know she's gonna defend, which is fine. So I already have my lapel out. I'm going to weave it underneath, in between. I'm grabbing it thumb up, right here. And I'm gonna have Amanda sit up so you can see what it's gonna look like. From here, my back arm, my far side arm, is coming underneath her underarm, sliding through behind my own arm. And I'm going to be sitting down and just bringing her with me. So I have my knee wedged in between Amanda's elbow and knee. I have my lapel out, weaving it under, sliding it under, feeding it to my top arm, thumb up. Take my bottom, my far side arm out, weave it through, and bring her with me. So here Amanda's in turtle position. I'm going to slide my near arm, what I would call shorthand. If I weave my hand all the way under to grab her lapel, then she's going to roll me over and defend, and then pin me. So what I'll do, if I cannot actually access the lapel, I spider walk my fingers to grab the lapel. I open it, just like this, and then this hand reaches underneath and grabs it. Thumb in first. The arm that was feeding the lapel, the opposite arm, is now reaching for the opposite lapel and zip tying it down. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna cutting out all the slack. So I cut out all the slack from here. From here, I'm going to end up coming towards her upper shoulders. I'm gonna rest my forehead onto the mat. It's gonna feel like I'm gonna fall off. And now I stand on my tiptoes and I drop my near side hip by her shoulder, putting pressure on her shoulder as I just flick the lapels. And there's your clock choke variation. So here, when I'm going to be putting my weight on my person who's in turtle position, I want hip to hip. And I'm going to slide my knee in between their knee and their elbow. I'm resting my weight at an angle. So hip to shoulder. From here, my right arm, my right hand, short hand, is gonna be reaching for her lapel to open it up. As it opens up, the opposite hand goes underneath her chin and grabs the lapel, thumb in and thumb up. And from there, it should be about collarbone height. From here, I'm going to end up grabbing the other lapel and zip tying it down. So I'm pulling it down to cut out all the slack. If there's any slack left in the lapel, the submission will not be as successful, if at all. So now I'm leaning over, putting my forehead on the mat, and I'm on my tiptoes. My near side hip collapses down to put the weight on her shoulder as I start walking, and now she's already tapping. Enjoy. Reverse glute choke. So Amanda's defending, and therefore I have to wedge my knee in again. This is what I want to do when they're in turtle. One of the ways, there are many ways to beat this particular submission, is letting her think that I'm going to actually go for a traditional clock choke, possibly, because it's a very common submission. So as she goes to defend, I'm distracting her. That's my opportunity to actually open up her near side lapel. When I open it up, I want my thumb in, and I want to roll it open as close as possible to her bicep. From here, I end up walking my front leg over and looping the lapel over her neck. This arm is going to sneak underneath and behind again. And from here, I just bring her with me. There you go. It is here in her turtle position, defending. So I have hip to hip. I wedge through, and I'm going to bait this one, pretending that I'm gonna go for a clock choke. So I go to open up her lapel, she defends it, which gives me the opportunity to open up this near side lapel. Here it's by her bicep. It's important to open this lapel and open it low on the bicep. That way we have the clearance to actually loop it over the head. So we're here, right there. I have to keep this foot out for stability. Comes underneath, right here. Yes, there you go. Here, Amanda's defending. I wedge through. I have my foot posted up a little high. I'm gonna feed it as if I'm going to go for a clock choke. Open it up. She's defending. That's my chance. Open this one up. She's probably not gonna be thinking much of this. She doesn't care. There's really not, to her, this is not much of a threat. There is another version, which is
mean.
And that version is this version I'm gonna show you, which is so over here. I open up the lapel, same thing. And then from here I come through it. Right, under hook, underhand grip on her belt. There you go.
Well, what made that effective?
Well, I'm putting her weight on me, which is restricting the lapel, her neck, her carotids even more. And then I have this leg over. So it's pushing it into this enclosed, this lapel side, which is actually pushing against that carotid. And then I underhook the back of her belt, bringing her into me. I was going to loop my other leg over her, but it was already enough. So, what do you think? It was enough. It was enough. It was enough. It was just enough.
It was definitely enough. Yeah.
All right, so here we're gonna do another variation.
It's the mean version of glute choke from turtle position.
So I wedge through. I open up the near side lapel after I baited her, pretending that I'm acting like I'm gonna go for a clock choke, which she defends. So I'm here, I open up as close as possible to her bicep, thumb in. Then from here, quickly just weave it through. Now I'm gonna bring my near leg over her head, underhand grip on her belt, as I weave through, clamp. Just so mean. Was it so mean? Yeah, so mean.
What are the important points of that?
So the important points of this one are when Amanda's in turtle position, and I'm gonna keep it loose. And I have the lapel, I'm gonna have it really loose. And we're here is, first of all, is my weight has to be on top of my person. That's a more power angle. So that means my hip is to their hip and my shoulders on top of their bar side shoulder. When this foot comes over, if you have a hard time with flexibility, what you can do is lean back, and that'll give you the momentum to bring the leg over. You want their head being pushed down and basically clamping the head in by basically the back of your calf. Back of your calf, almost trying to reach your hamstring. From there, extend the other leg. I'm gonna come on my tiptoes, lean towards her head as I undergrip her belt, lean over, and then just bring now bring the opposite leg over, and I just crunch it. Okay, so thank you, Amanda, for coming being my Uki today. It's beautiful to have her here on the mats with me. And don't forget, she teaches a women's class every Thursday, 5 o'clock at Ocean State Studios Brazilian Jiu Jitsu on 89 Valley Street, East Providence. Hopefully you enjoyed today's variation of submissions from glute choke position. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Just like and subscribe.
This is enough.